Hi there, time for another Dark Souls 2 video, and this time we're taking on the Skeleton Lord. Or Lords. I don't know. So this is my second attempt at this boss. And spoiler alert, I am going to win. But I'm gonna warn you now, it is not pretty. I don't know the timings and I do weird things like hitting that bone structure because I thought I could collapse it or something. I don't know, I was just trying stuff out. I didn't have a full formulated plan. I just applied the normal Dark Souls tactic to bosses, which is be really cautious and wait for an opportunity and not use heavy attacks. Unless you know that they are going to hit. But I didn't know, so I didn't use them. And luckily, I got lucky with that backstab there. So I'm trying to burn these guys down because I know that in a minute, they're going to have some friends appear. And yeah, there they come. So I didn't find this boss too difficult, but I don't think that this is an indicator that Dark Souls 2 is going to be easier. I think it's just Dark Souls experience shining through. I think if someone had not played Dark Souls or Demon Souls beforehand, they would have had a very different experience. Because I think you expect with most video games that you should be able to take an enemy head on, or, you know, not have to run circuits around too much. I don't know, everyone's different. So one thing that really grabbed me about this boss fight is how different the music was. I know from playing Dark Souls, the first time I saw the Taurus Demon, or actually the first time you see any boss, and the music is sort of frightening and nightmarish and just full of despair, and you really feel it. You sort of get that sinking feeling in your stomach of like, oh no, I'm about to lose all my souls. I'm gonna get my butt kicked. But I don't feel like the music for the Skeleton Lord was as effective for me. And I don't know if that means, you know, like I'm just jaded, or that the score just isn't as good. I love the original Dark Souls music. I play it in my car. I make my fiance listen to it. And she loves me for that. Yeah. Anyways, less talking, more fighting. Hooray! I got that guy finally. So I'm just gonna play tag with these guys for a while, and I'm trying to thin them out so I can take them on one at a time. And as you can see there, here, the bone wheel skeletons have appeared. Now, I hated these guys from Dark Souls. They took so much health and they sort of stun locked you. They repeatedly did little bits of damage and staggered your character. But I don't feel like they do that much damage in this one. Or maybe it's the fact that you start at a higher level, but they certainly don't seem to stun lock you. So I felt like they weren't as much of a threat, but I certainly treated them as though they were. So I'm gonna target them first and get rid of them, because look at that. It's a messy battlefield. You just want to control as many variables as you can. One thing I would like to note is that targeting in Dark Souls 2 is much better than it was in Dark Souls. The main reason I say that is because you can target something and still run away from it. That was a delicate art in Dark Souls of targeting and untargeting right at the right times, so you could, you know, fluidly move in and out of combat. But what I did find is that even in Dark Souls 2, it doesn't always target the closest enemy. And that was a little frustrating for me in this fight, because it caused I took damage because of it, and I have a big ego that really hurt my feelings. Anyways, I think this is drawing to an end. I really thought that killing the big guys would kill the minions like it does for necromancers, but alas, it looks like they share all the same health. So now we have enough skeletons that I feel confident that I can go back to dual wielding the way that the character I think is supposed to be played. I wonder if anyone has done it without this boss without a shield. I'm sure there have been. There's so many people that are better than me at Dark Souls, but I just don't see it as being the most optimal way of doing it. So there you go. I hope that if you were struggling with that boss, that helped you out. And if you have a better way of doing it, then let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your ideas. Anyways, have a good one.